Ahoy there folks, I'm Captain Benzie and welcome to another patch notes video for EVE Echoes. At long last, the industrial update is upon us, due to go live tomorrow, Wednesday the 25th of May, 2022. Now, there's a lot of exciting stuff in this one, so I'm not going to do much of a preamble on this. If you enjoy this, hit like, subscribe to the channel, come find me on Patreon and our Redbubble merchandise store if you want to support the channel. Otherwise, I think it's probably we best just jump in because there is a lot to cover on this one. We've been looking forward to this for a while. I've had some worries and concerns, so basically I'm going to be jumping in on the patch notes now. I've literally just had these pop up. It is 5:30 my time. This video will go live at 7 o'clock my time, so I need to jump in and just read through this with you guys live with me, and we'll talk about it as we go. So, here we are, 25th of the 5th, 2022, approximately 120 minutes to complete. Let's have a look. New content, new ships. Introducing 3 ships, the Noctis, the Orca, and Rorqual. The Noctis is a Tier 8 medium industrial ship with the powerful ability to salvage wrecks. The Orca is a Tech 10 large industrial command ship capable of operating mining drones and using mining foreman bursts to enhance the performance of fleet members' miners. The Rorqual is a Tech 10 capital industrial ship capable of operating state-of-the-art exhumer drones and using mining foreman bursts. It can also further enhance mining, combat, and command abilities by fitting industrial modules. It has the ability to compress ores in its own cargo hold when the industrial enhanced module is installed, and when the industrial command module is enabled, it can even utilize the remote compression assembly line to compress ores in fleet members' cargo holds. That's going to be really interesting. How to obtain. Destroy industrial ships in normal cosmic anomalies and capital ship quarries to obtain medium, large, and capital ship debris. Use these to perform reverse engineering to get blueprints and craft them. That's interesting, a capital ship quarry. That's where you're going to be getting your capital debris to build the Rorqual and possibly some of the Orca parts as well. Orcas are confusing. They straddle the line between sort of battleship size and sort of capital size. There's bits of both that they have in EVE Online, and we'll have to see how this works in Echoes. But notably, medium, large, and capital ship debris are going to be available in these quarries, so that's going to make it that little bit easier, I think, to possibly find debris for other industrial ships as well. Either way, I'm really looking forward to getting my Noctis. I have been skilling into the expert tier skills for that, so I'm excited to see how that all works. But anyway, let's go on. Mining drones. Introducing 4 types of large mining drones and rigs, which can be used on large ships in general. The Orca is a perfect fit in particular. Now, interestingly here, they kind of confirmed during the AMA that the Covetor 2 would have large mining drones, which it doesn't look like they're getting at this point, because obviously the Covetor 2 is a medium-sized ship with medium-sized drone tubes, so unless something else happens later on, it looks like the Covetor's not getting that, but we'll see. The Orca definitely is getting large mining drones and rigs, interestingly. Looks like we're getting mining drone rigs, which, if they're anything like the standard drone rigs, are going to be in the combat slots, meaning your Orca, supposedly, I guess you could have high slots using mining lasers or strip miners with mining circulation rigs, and then having the combat rigs used for the mining drone rigs. I don't know, we don't have confirmation on exactly which way that's going, but that would make sense to me, which is an interesting proposition, because it means that you're not going to be using your tank rigs on the Orca at all. You're not going to have like shield rigs or armor rigs or whatever. You're just going to probably go straight for these new drone rigs. I don't know, I'm interested to see how this one works. Introducing 4 types of exhumer drones and rigs for the Rorqual exclusively with the most advanced technology. So exhumer drones are kind of like fighters for a carrier. The Rorqual can be considered a carrier, whereas the Orca and others are like battleships and things like that. Ultimately, these exhumer drones, again, we're going to have the whole thing of them, we don't know how those work, but they're going to be industrial-sized, well, so fighter-sized industrial mining drones. And we get these through blueprints obtained in level 9 and level 10 scout anomalies. So that's a reason there. We've been talking about like scout anomalies needing a bit of a buff to some of their loot tables. That's a pretty good buff to their loot tables. People are going to want these things, especially since in PvP, yes, you can destroy exhumer drones, because of course you can. So these are going to be fairly high demand. Yeah, that's a really good thing there actually for ratters. I'd like to see if they're in scout anomalies, put them in the explorer sites too, please. That would be nice. Anyway. So 4 types of exhumer drones and rigs for the Raw Carl exclusively. So there's 4 types of exhumer drones. We were told there are only going to be 2 originally, so that's pretty cool. We don't know what those are. Obviously, I will have a video up about all of these ships as quickly as possible. I can't do things ahead of time. People ask me this all the time. Why don't you have stuff prepared ahead of time, Benzie? You've got access to Fulmination, right? Fulmination is literally an echo of the live server. If it's on live, it's on Fulmination. And if I can do it on live, I can do it on Fulmination with some minor tweaks. Obviously, I can't use insurance because that uses market like orders and stuff like that, which obviously there's no market statistics on Fulmination because there's no players. All Fulmination is a copy of the live server that I can just create what I want when I want. Things like the Orca, the Raw Carl, and the Noctis are not on Fulmination yet. If I logged into Fulmination right now, I cannot make those ships. Well, that's a lie. I can make the Orca, but it's the old style Orca, which we know is going to be different. These things will be added to Fulmination within the next day or so. Sometimes they're even a little bit slow on updating Fulmination. So the second I can get my hands on these, yes, I'll be showcasing them in videos. So please make sure you are subscribed with the notification bell dinged so you don't miss those. New modules introducing the Mining Foreman Burst, available for the Orca and Raw Carl to enhance the performance of fleet members' miners. Presumably this will also work on the Porpoise if and when they do eventually add that. Introducing the Industrial Command module. Okay, we'll come back to that. So, the Mining Foreman Burst. This is kind of like a Command Burst, Shield Command Burst, Armor Command Burst, or the... I forget the other one. Agility. It's not agility. They use a different word for it, but it's on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of it. Ultimately, it's a Command Burst module for industrial ships. It will improve things like your mining speed, and possibly mining circulation, and maybe a few other bits and pieces as well. I think in EVE Online there are some minor combat abilities from the Mining Foreman Burst, which are designed to help the fleet deal with things like belt rats. Even though we don't have belt rats, obviously, you know, a bit of drone damage and some ship tank and stuff like that could be part of that. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how these actually go live in Echoes, because of course we don't get full notes on all of these things. Mining Foreman Burst blueprints are located in level 9 and level 10 Scout Cosmic Anomalies. To craft the Mining Foreman Burst, the Ore Data Compiler and XL device material. Okay, that's coming back later. So the Mining Foreman Burst blueprints can be found in level 9 and level 10 Scout Cosmic Anomaly, so Angel Scout Anomaly or Guristus Scout Anomaly. You'll be able to find in level 9 and 10 versions the Mining Foreman Burst blueprints. Cool. Introducing the Industrial Command module and Industrial Enhanced module, available for the Raw Carl to enhance its mining, combat, and command abilities. They can also assemble and enable the Raw Carl's ore compression assembly line to compress ores in its own cargo hold or fleet members' cargo holds. So you've got 3 modules there. You've got the Industrial Command module, which they mention will boost up the entire fleet. It'll make your command bursts, your mining foreman links even better and help the entire fleet around you as well. So if you're in a big fleet, then having that fitted will be a useful thing. These are modules that you build and then fit to the Raw Carl. You don't have to have all of them fitted. You can choose just the ones that you're going to use and use them when you want to. So the first one, the Industrial Command module, is apparently about boosting up the entire fleet, and it'll help with that. The Industrial Enhanced module, I think, is more about the Raw Carl's own personal capabilities, so you can swap to something that's a bit more personal if and when you need to. Then you have that... how do they refer to it? The ore compression assembly line to compress ore in its own cargo hold and fleet members' cargo hold. That's really cool there. And we can see that for these, the ore data compiler and extra large device materials can be obtained in Nihilus space. Reverse engineering these items will provide the industrial module blueprints. The industrial module is an extremely special type of capital module that requires some construction parts and capital ship components to manufacture. This is a big piece of equipment. There are 2 different types of it, plus there's going to be that assembly line to help out. I just want to check I got my information right on the bit about which way around those are. Let's have a look. The Raw Carl. Yeah, so mining form and bursts, it can enhance mining combat by fitting industrial modules. Yeah, so it doesn't actually confirm which way around that is, but I think that the one there that is the, where it says sorry, I've lost it again on screen. There we are. Looking at the one that's the industrial enhanced module, is the one that is going to just help your ship, and industrial command will help the others, but we'll see. New skills. Introducing skills related to industrial command ships, capital industrial ships, mining form and bursts, mining drones, exhumer drones, and industrial command. I actually really like that there are a lot of new skills here being added, because it means that you kind of have to now pick and choose what you want to skill into, rather than currently basically you just kind of go the industrial command skills and then mining, well, stripped mining actually, you don't even need mining anymore. Now you actually have these other ones that you might want to skill into, and you might want to keep some of the other ones around. It's a bit of choice going on here. So, we have new skills there, they've said, for the industrial command ships. So there's going to be new skills for the Orca and the Rorqual directly, or the Orca directly. There'll be a new skill for the capital industrial ship, which is the Rorqual. Mining form and bursts will have their own skill, like, for example, shield command bursts has its own skill. Mining drones will have their own skill, alongside mining and strip mining, and exhumer drones will then have their own skill as well, and alongside industrial command. So there's a lot of new skills there being added. New scanning locations. Holy hell, I had a feeling that some scanning stuff was going to be coming. I didn't realise it was going to be coming this bloody quickly. Thought it was later this year. Added level 5 data sites and relic sites, which can be scanned in -0.8 to -1.0 systems. These 10 location, 10, okay, two for each faction. Yeah, one relic and one data site for Guristus, Serpentis, Sancha, Blood Raider, and Angel. That makes sense. But there's a chance to obtain the 3P integrated module blueprint and 4P integrated module U blueprint in them. Nice. It should be noted that 5 points of analysis strength are required to hack these boxes. So how the bloody hell are we going to get those? I'm hoping there's going to be some new analyzers later on. Oh god, I need to buy new analyzers. Or maybe they've changed the skill so that the skill does actually increase analyzer strength at high tiers. That would be lovely. That would be really lovely, because then if you're sticking to high sec and low sec, you wouldn't need to have as ridiculously heavy analyzer modules. This is quite cool. I like the fact that it's new sites. These are also going to be lower, I would imagine, than the 75 meter scan radius, source radius, sorry, of the current 10 most difficult. So if you're flying an Astero, for example, my Astero is right the way down at like 50 meters, just because I rigged it and then I actually skilled up, and those skills took me below the 50 meter mark. This might actually prove useful. I'm going to need to reverse engineer the actual size of these sites again. Second I have that, I will let you guys know what that new reverse engineered site is. I need to update the Catskull Academy card for scanning. I mean, it's not a fix to exploration. Having some new sites is nice, as long as they are genuinely new sites, like they are in addition to the old ones, because adding a few more sites that you can possibly find, but arguably there's still the problem that when you're exploring, you can still undock into no content. 5 points of analysis strength. Are we going to see? I'm just having a look. Doesn't say new modules, but I might be missing something here that we might get to in a moment. There needs to be a way for that analyzer strength to reach 5. Capital ship quarries, introducing the Capital Quarry Anomaly, a type of capital cosmic anomaly that can be discovered by the Pirate Detection Array. So you need to have a Pirate Detection Array built in a sovereignty system in order to find these. It's where pirate forces are running mining operations. There's a small number of escort capital ships and a lot of mining ships. Capitals can destroy these sites to obtain rewards. There's a chance to encounter pirate industrial transport ships loaded with compressed ores. Cool, we're flooding the market with more ores. It's a cool event. I'm not sure I like it as this is being added permanently, which it is. Yeah, because you can add that compressed ore, so that hurts industry a little bit, but I suppose it helps you build these ships faster. People keep telling me either way on this one. Like, I've done so many videos recently about adding more ore to the market and how this is a bad thing, and people keep going, oh, well, I need more ore, so I guess as long as people are still complaining, we're still going to be getting more ore added. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to need to rethink, I think, how we actually tackle mining in future. But anyway, after repelling the pirates, Capsuleers can collect the remaining compressed ores, so be sure to arrange for someone to stay on site. Ahem. Hello, there's me in my Noctis here. Just going to fly out and hoover this all up for you guys. KK, thanks, bye. The signal will disappear once the ship leaves, so keep a ship in there once everything's cleared, and then I'll fly my Noctis in and come and loot it for you. Lost Pirate Mining Barge. There's also a chance to find the Lost Pirate Mining Barge when mining in level 7 to 10 asteroid belts. Destroy them to get compressed ores. That's almost like belt rats. I mean, it's a mining barge. It's just a mining barge that took a wrong turn at the last asteroid. I just love that. I love this concept that there is some sort of like Angel Cartel miner who's sitting there with his headphones on, bopping along to his music, and he kind of looks back up from the console at the details outside of the ship and realizes that the rest of his mining fleet is gone, and he has suddenly appeared in a completely separate anomaly full of Capsuleer miners. Yeah, that's... Oh, I love that. I actually really like that. I don't care that that's adding more ore to the market. I like that. That's flavorful. It's fun. Balance adjustment. The Procurer's tech level has been reduced to 8, and the Covetor's tech level has been reduced to 9. The performance and price remain unchanged. Can I get an Alleluia? This is something that people have been asking for a long time. It's also something that the developers in the AMA said wouldn't happen, yet here it is. So that's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool that the Covetor is now down to Tech 9 and the Procurer's at Tech 8, so miners have some more stuff to, utterly obsolete themselves with as they go. But there we go, you've now got a reason to get the Covetor before going up to the Covetor 2. Also, by having the Covetor at Tech Level 9 rather than the Procurer, that does mean that Tech Level 9 players are closer to Tech Level 10 players. So it does do that whole thing I've been asking for of closing the gap a little bit between the top and the lower tiers. Unfortunately, it only really closes the gap between the strip miners. It's still very much a strip miners game here. But hey, it's a step in the right direction, and credit where credit's due, that's an awesome change. Moving on, increased the number and spawn rate of asteroid belts in some systems and narrowed the difference between systems. Yeah, we saw this one coming. They announced they were going to do this. I still disagree with it, but at the same token, I guess if we're adding the Orca and the Rorqual, and we're giving more players access to the base Covetor, and actually we're giving players from, rather than Tech 7 holding the Retriever all the way up to Tech 9, they now get the Procurer at Tech 8. That is a big boost to ore income. Yeah, because if you were at Tech 8, you were flying a Retriever before tomorrow, now you're going to be flying a Procurer. If you were at Tech 9, you were flying a Procurer, you're now flying a Covetor. So yeah, we're getting a lot more faster mining going on in fleets. So yeah, we need more, I guess. We need more of these in order to just keep up the fact that the content is there. I mean, apparently having no content available for you is something that only explorers have to worry about. The natural spawn rate will increase by 300% in a condensed asteroid belt. Whoa! What? Oh no, we're getting condensed ore back. Increased ore reserve by 100% in the asteroid belt and condensed asteroid belt, so there are more ores in all of these. Increase the number and spawn rate of small, medium, and large cosmic anomalies in some systems, and narrow the difference between systems. Okay, cool. I don't think we've had much of an issue with ratting in honesty, but okay, kind of cool that they're just narrowing it and sort of buffing that around. Increase the spawn rate of Relican data sites by about 33%. Okay. So if I do a quick bit of maths, that means if they're using the same mechanics, which I've been reliably informed that they would be, that those mechanics can't be changed so simply. I literally had that discussion with Melos this morning. Ultimately, that would mean that rather than 4.5 days, what's a third of 4.5? You're looking at about 3 days total respawn, which will mean they respawn a bit faster. The 50% is now a day and a half rather than two and a bit days. So, I don't know, maybe that'll do something for exploration. I'm keen to get out there and try, we'll see. reduced the chance of opening a single chest to obtain multiple rare blueprints in Inquisitors, Scouts, Relic Sites, and Capital Cosmic Anomalies. This will reduce the production of rare blueprints in the universe and alleviate the short-term market oversupply caused by increased production of rare blueprints in Guristas and Angel Cartel region. More blueprint-related gameplay will be available in the future. Again, I'm actually all for this. This is because they've seen a price crash on some of the rarer blueprints. I did suggest recently that actually we should be looking to EVE Online for inspiration here and considering taking putting negative effects on blueprints as well. As before people go absolutely crazy, there is a reason for this. In EVE Online, things like your collision accelerators and burst aerators also increase the power grid requirement of the weapon in question. So if you use cannon collision accelerators, your autocannons chew more power grid. You need more power grid to be able to fit them. If you're using shield booster things like the core shield extenders or core shield, any of the shield mods, for example, they increase your signature radius. The armor mods tend to slow your ship's maximum velocity down, this kind of thing. There are negative effects to them, and the bigger versions of these rigs, the higher tech versions of these rigs, have bigger negatives. So imagine if the Cannon Collision Accelerator 3 not only gave you more cannon damage, but it also increased the power grid by more. Say it was 2% for a level 1, 4% for a level 2, and 6% for a level 3. There are some ships that you wouldn't be able to fit these on, so therefore you would actually want the Cannon Collision Accelerator 2. That would be your better option to go for. It had a bit more versatility. I think it's the word I want to use. A bit more versatility here for the fits and give you a reason to actually use some of the lower tier rigs as well. That would help moderate the cost of these, but again, NetEase still seems to want the higher tech is just flat out better in every way, shape and form. So yeah, this is one way to adjust that. We did see massive drops. Auxiliary thrusters, for example, look at how those absolutely dropped from 350 million ISK a piece. I'm not complaining about them being cheaper, and I'm an explorer. Selling rigs is one of my main sources of income. So I don't mind that being dropped, but equally, I get that people have complained and they've decided that they want to reduce the terms of these so they are rarer, and therefore more rewarding when you find them, I guess. Mining related blueprints have been added to level 9 and 10 Scout Cosmic Anomaly boxes, reduced the cooldown time and fuel consumption of the Ore Gravity Well Trap device. Nice, so you can make more Nihilus spaces. Yeah, if that's a thing, that's more ores. New exclusive bonus for Sisters of Eve ships and Explorer frigates. Analysis strength for Analyzer +1. Yes, I don't need to upgrade my analyzers. They are there. They are there. This means that, yes, the analysis strength of the analyzer on the Probe Explorer, Heron Explorer, Magnus Explorer, Imicus Explorer, Astero, and Stratios are now all +1 on the analysis strength as well. Huzzah! I can just jump straight out in the ships that I already have and go exploring with those. So I can let you guys know how the new spawn rate and all the new loot works out. Increased bounties for pirates driving the Rock by 30%. The Rock got a lot tougher in recent patches. If you've been doing anomalies that have rocks in, yeah, those things hurt now and take a lot of beating, so it makes sense that they've upped the bounty a bit. It means if you're in Guristas space, though, your bounties are actually going to be going up. I don't know if that compensates by how much they went down by. I will assume that NetEase have done the maths on this and that folks were losing a certain amount of income, and that 30% brings it back up to where it should be. We have a new event, a Sun Chaser funding program. Okay, so the Sun Chaser, for those who don't remember, this was the one where you could actually fit a nano core that would allow you to do sort of a mini jump drive effect, about 1 to 2 light years of range, and it always dropped you at the sun, which was hilarious in low-sec. And the Sun Chaser the Sun Chaser funding program will be available again on May 26th, 2022. The Yunjung representative has prepared great awards for investors, including numerous skill points and Golden Age freighter nanocores. So for those folks who have been crying for jump freighters to be added to the game, this isn't that. But it's pseudo jump freighters. These are jump freighters that can jump 1 or 2 systems without needing to actually have a Sino lit for them, which is a key point here, and that's actually really quite cool. I like that these are what they're going for this nanocore system. It's testing the water for things like jump freighters and seeing how people enjoy these systems. I also salivate at the fact that the Yanzhong get mentioned here. I don't think we're getting Yanzhong ships. I think they would announce that, but I could be wrong. We could be getting the Yanzhong. Listen to me, I'm desperate for it. I'm just so desperate for the Yanzhong, I'll make up anything, you know? So yeah, the Yanzhong, we're still getting notified that they exist, even though they don't in the game. So we're getting Golden Age freighter nanocores. That's pretty cool. So if you fly a freighter, then you are getting a new nanocore for them that you can use as a way to jump through space. That's kind of cool, right? Pop art exhibition, Kai's Night. How do you pronounce that? Kale's Night? Duration May 26th to June 14th. The mysterious young magnate, Spike, has announced his plan to hold an unprecedentedly grand trading event in Galente. He spends a fortune to invite many artists from Kale, determined to recreate a typical bustling night at the metropolis. Oh, my battery's running low. During the event, reduced tax rates in a Mar trading centre. I got excited when you said Galente. I got so excited when you said Galente. Why is it a Mar? In the Amar trading centre, more items purchased by insurance companies and increased planetary production yield. Awesome. So between May 26th and June 14th, the insurance system is going to generate more buy orders. Planetary production will be increased during that time, and tax rates in the Amar trading center. That is the Amar in domain ITC. It's not any of their other trading centers, it's just Amar. So you'll have reduced taxes there. Ultimately, I like that they do this, that they reduce taxes. It pushes trade into different systems out of Jita. I just wish they would do this on a more permanent basis, in a more sort of interesting way to incentivize some of the other systems like Berai or Aliante or Pater, Nakugard, Istadard. All of these, okay, you know, we've talked about this before. Maspa, God, I miss Maspa. New Eden store updates. Moving onwards, the following updates will be added to the hot selection in New Eden Store: regular pack updates, nanocore material supplies, small, medium, and large, and defense nanocore material supply is added to the 3 supplies above. So you're getting nanocore material boxes that you can buy in the New Eden Store, and regular pack updates. Hopefully this means that some of the ones that we've bought in the past can be bought again. That would be awesome. For example, the, what do they call them? The Comet nanocores. I've got a particular alt that I have designed actually to fly at basic level all of the main attack cruisers. So having the ability to not only have the Omen Comet nanocore that he has, but also having the Stabber, the Caracal, and the Vexor would be really cool for me personally, but hey, I get that that's niche. Also, for Benzie, who collects every single frigate and destroyer in the game, being able to have all of the modified frigates would be, modified destroyers would be pretty awesome as well. Obviously, I got the Thrasher the first time. Weekly deal, skill conversion bundle. Purchase this pack to get a lot of Lazarus units and some skill points to help Capsuleers adjust their skill routes. This is nice. We talked about this. Jade Zion suggested to me when I was confused about what Lazarus units were, that the reason they were adding these like this was as an item they could give out in stuff like this to help sort of pilots re-skill and do stuff like that without affecting the Plex market, and that's exactly what they're doing, and I love seeing the Lazarus units being used more. Because it does, it helps Capsuleers adjust their skill routes. EVE Online, people want to say that I absolutely idolize EVE Online. I freaking hate their skill point allocation system. I can spend a lot of money buying a skill extractor to take skill points, not entire skills, but just the like 500, like 500,000 skill points out of skills. And you may not even actually fully drop the entire skill to do that. You take 500 skill points out of, you know, however many out of a skill, and then you create a skill injector. And that skill injector can be sold on the market to other players, but if you yourself are just wanting to get rid of some of your old skills and tweak things around a bit, when you go to inject that, you won't necessarily get the full 500,000 back. My current character on EVE Online, which has been around for, what, 3 months now? I'm only getting 400,000 skill points back. I take out 500,000 and only put back 400,000. That's not a great system, whereas here, we've got a system now that the game is actively encouraging you to reskill. If you don't like things, they're helping you to reskill into stuff that you enjoy, to clean up behind you, and I really like that. That's a really positive thing. To celebrate the Great Mining Update, the following time-limited pack would be added to the New Eden store, a Skill Point Lucky Bag. Purchase this lucky bag to get regular Nanosource lucky chests and some skill points. You'll receive 1 to 3 regular Nanosource and a chance to get items such as Classified 2 Gravitational Wave Graph. Yay! A way to actually get these and see if I can find some freaking salvager skills. And Cloud AI Learning Code Refactoring Permission 3. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So you get some skill points and a chance at between 1 and 3 regular nano sources and items like the gravitational wave graphs. That's cool. It's stuff for the store. You don't have to purchase it, but it's nice that they're giving options. New version skills special offer. Purchase this pack to get 188, 388, 598, or 888 IPs and massive skill points. So buying insurance points and skill points there to help you get the new skills trained up. Cool, I'm all for that. Again, if people are like, oh, but you're buying skill points now. Yeah, and you know what? I'm not going to go down this conversation. This video is going to be long enough for the patch notes as it is. If you want to ask what, how is not selling skill points pay to win, we'll have a conversation about that in the comment section. But basically, the bottom line is, how do you win at EVE? Other than uninstalling, that's the only way to win at EVE. Skill points don't help beyond a certain point. Moving on, Blueprint, Secret Trafficking Container Decryptor. Ooh, you'll have the chance to obtain the Exhumer Rig Blueprint Opt Box, the Mining Drone Blueprint, the Exhumer Drone Blueprint, 3P Integrated Module Blueprint, and 4P Integrated Module U Blueprint by opening Blueprint Secret Trafficking Container. Cool, so we're getting Secret Trafficking Containers that actually have industrial-related stuff in there. Again, to me, this is kind of like, nah. And yeah, I don't care. I don't care about this personally because these are the ones that cost a lot of Plex and that to actually open. Otherwise, you have to force them open and you get crap loot if you do that. It's a big spender thing. It's a big spender thing, but if you're an industrialist big spender, this is a cool thing for you. To me, it's a nothing. And I think people need to take that stance more. Like, look, if you sit there and say, oh, but they're adding stuff you can buy and I'm poor, so am I. So am I. I do YouTube for a living. How rich do you honestly think I am? So I look at this kind of stuff and I go, that's awesome for the people who can afford it. It helps keep the game funded. And for me, I don't lose anything by not getting it. Like, it's not like something of mine gets taken away unless I buy these bundles. The following special packs will be removed. Weekend Special Offer Lazarus Unit Bundle, Weekend Special Officer Skill Conversion Bundle, and Lazarus Unit Bundle. So those are going away. We then have some optimizations. We're nearing the end of this now, if you're still with me. Number 1, added station sorting to personal assets. Yes! Oh, that's amazing! Okay, so I have a lot of stuff spread out across New Eden all over the place, right? And it absolutely sucks having to scroll up and down this list in personal assets, trying to remember where, or even I know it's at this station. I know it's at this station. Currently, for example, the station, my home station, my main home station, always appears at the very bottom of the personal assets. So every time I want to check something in my home station, I have to open personal assets, scroll all the way to the bottom, which on my internet takes ages to load. Yeah, that's not fun. So now I can put it right at the top. That's amazing. Stations are now listed in different categories in personal assets. I'm assuming high sec, low sec, that kind of thing. Now you can tap and hold item icons to view item tips in My Orders on the market page. Nice quality of life change. You can quick switch between regular, advanced, and expert levels of skills in skill tips. Nice. That's really useful as well. Nice quality of life change there, so you can compare things. And the statistics feature of Corporation Mission is available to pilots. Nice. Nice bit of transparency opening there. Some bug fixes. Fixed the issue where oversized text could be sent in chat channels. Oh, thank you. This means we might get RTF coding back in chat, but we're not going to have the whole everyone setting their chat to size 72 bright red. Fixed the issue where the capital anomaly spawn rate was sometimes incorrect. Cool. Some people had noted this, that it wasn't spawning properly for them. We were concerned it was a bug. Turns out it is, and it's fixed. Fixed the issue where some decryptor material efficiencies were inconsistently displayed on the industrial screen. Again, wasn't sure it was, wasn't even aware that was a problem, but awesome if you encountered that. Fixed the issue where chat windows in the wargames might disappear sometimes. Really, is wargames worth chatting in these days? Fix the issue where the rotation speed displayed on the screen may not match the actual speed when the module to increase weapon fire rate is enabled. That's tracking speed they're talking about there. May not have updated properly if you use tracking computers, for example. Fixed the refresh rate issue of the local player list. Nice. This was the whole thing that when new people would come to your system, it would change the numbers, but you'd have to actually gently tick, sort of like, just gently flick the actual list if you had local open, and it would then sort the names accordingly. Now, hopefully it does it automatically for you. Again, for some people this was actually fixed last week, but apparently not on every single device. So people can stop freaking complaining about local. Like, I know it's annoying, I get it, it's annoying. I live in wormholes in EVE Online though, so you know what? The fact that you guys have local, just be glad that it's even a working thing. For those who don't know, in EVE Online, if you're in a wormhole, you see nothing. People only, it's a question mark for the amount of people in local, and names only show up in the system when they chat. So if you don't want people to know you're there, no one ever will, which means you can sit cloaked right next to whatever, and just people don't even know that you're in the system, let alone right next to them. But either way, I think the community sometimes just kind of gets a meme to fixate on. I know this has been an annoying issue, I get it, it's been an annoying issue, but asking every 5 minutes if it's been fixed yet, yeah, it just gets tiring. And finally, 7 added the feature for pilots to exchange their structure names. Pilots can spend a certain amount of plex to change any structure's name. After the release of this feature, all the structure's names can be changed once for free. Ew. That's actually really cool, because I know that, for example, some of the structures that we've inherited or passed on still have old names, so being able to change those is pretty cool. Although, in fairness, I still hope that the one near me remains as Hot Local Nilfs. It was one of Nilfgaard's stations that was left behind after they left Void, and I love that name. I love that name, and I'm still sad that Nilf left, and there's a part of me that actually thinks that that name should remain because it's part of Void history. That, and it's freaking hilarious. So, the ability to rename your station is pretty cool, and you can keep changing it if you want to, if you're willing to spend plex, and pretend that your, station keeps, changing, and I don't know. I don't know, it's cool that you can do it, though. It's cool that you can do it. And crikey, that's a lot of patch notes. A lot of really surprising stuff in there. We're 36 minutes into this video now, so I'm going to wrap this up. But my goodness, I was not expecting to see exploration updates this quickly. And I'm super excited to see there is a reason now to fly the Astero and the Explorer frigates instead of a Interceptor. That is going to be big. That is going to be really big. I've been flying those myself anyway because I find running gate camps more fun than avoiding them. Like, genuinely, if you ask would I rather fly, if they gave me an option of an Interceptor with scanning abilities or the Covert Ops with just the cloak, I would go for the Covert Ops with the cloak, because for me, it's just more fun. It's more fun to run a gate camp and possibly lose the ship. I know I'm weird like that though, and who knows, maybe one day we'll get interdiction nullifier modules and then that'll be completely moot, but at least that's an activated thing rather than just kind of going AFK, and I don't know. I think mobile tractor unit's the next thing we need for exploration, actually. Not mobile tractor unit, sorry, mobile depot is what we need for the next thing. Or just the ability to dock up in a few places while exploring, and I don't know. I'm super excited about this, though. I'm genuinely hype about this now. I'm interested to see what happens with the Orca and Rorqual and mining. Yeah, there's no change to blueprints. The whole thing of, having blueprints with the amount of ISK and the amount of ores being used. No change to that currently, but I guess that's something we will see in a possible future update, depending on how this all goes. There seems to be a prevalence at the moment of thought that the idea here is we'll see how the Orca and Rorqual affect things and how these changes affect things. Then if it all goes completely Pete Tong, then we can modify it later down the line. I disagree with that personally, but hey, there we go. That's my opinion. It's how I would balance a game compared to how they would balance a game. So neither one's right or wrong per se. We just have preferences. A lot of people prefer the idea of my idea of actually having stuff prepared just in case. Other people prefer the whole let it happen, watch it, and then see it and adjust accordingly. It's more real life simulated, right? I don't know, but there we go. I'm pretty hyped to see where this all goes. I'm looking forward to flying my Noctis. I'm really damn excited about exploration now. So on that note, I'm going to sign off for today. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this patch in the comment section down below. Otherwise, folks, happy sailing, and I'll see you all in New Eden tomorrow with exciting new mining ships. Ha ha ha!